Hey, everybody, I'm Elizabeth Benton, host of the Primal Potential podcast, and I wanted to tell you a quick story today. This is actually one of my favorite stories. I shared it on my Instagram the other day, and it speaks to our pattern of recreating problems that we then complain about. So it's the story of this guy, and this guy worked in a factory. And one day he goes to the break room at lunch and he pulls out his packed lunch, sits down with his buddies, opens up the packed lunch and sees that it's peanut butter and jelly. And he's like, oh, peanut butter and jelly. I hate peanut butter and jelly. And he goes about eating his sandwich and goes back to work. And the next day, back in the break room at lunchtime, sits down with his friends, opens up his bagged lunch, sees that it's peanut butter and jelly again. Are you kidding me? I hate peanut butter and jelly. What the heck? This is the worst. Eats the sandwich, goes back to work. Third day, opens up his lunch with his friends. I can't believe it's peanut butter and jelly again. Like, this is the worst. This is ridiculous. I hate peanut butter and jelly. And finally, one of his coworkers says, hey, buddy, why don't you just tell your wife that you don't like peanut butter and jelly? And he says, my wife? What do you mean, my wife? I'm not married. And the guy says, well, then who's making your sandwiches? And he says, I am. And it's silly because we can't imagine making ourselves peanut butter and jelly if we don't like peanut butter and jelly, and yet we do it all the time. We hate being rushed in the morning, but we keep hitting snooze, and so we're rushed every single morning. We hate the pressure of the credit card bill that is more than we can afford, but we keep charging to Amazon things that we don't need. We keep making impulse purchases at Target all the time. We hate that we're still struggling with our weight, and yet we choose the ice cream and the snacks and the drinks when our body doesn't need more fuel over and over and over again. We hate that we're running out of energy and we're so tired, but we'll stay up again and again and again watching hours of Netflix or scrolling on our phone or playing games. It's the same thing. We are making the peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then opening it up every day disappointed and bummed. And the great news is, even if you've been doing that for decades, because I think there are a lot of you that are like, yep, that's me. I do that with money. I do it with food. I do it with fitness. I do it with how I care for my home or don't care for my home. We are free any day, every day, to make a different kind of sandwich. And that's what we need to do. Over on the Primal Potential podcast, we're 1,700 some odd episodes in. We have thousands of 5-star reviews. We're doing a series called Consistency Essentials because at the end of the day, we not only need to make the different kind of sandwich, we need to keep making it, right? We don't just want to not hit snooze one morning. We want that to be a reliable habit and a new pattern. We don't just want to work out once because we're motivated. We want that to be a structure, a system in our lives that operates even when we're stressed, even when we're tired, even when we're on vacation, even when we're feeling down, even when results aren't coming. And that requires consistency. So join me over on the Primal Potential podcast. You can find it everywhere podcasts are found, and listen to the Consistency Essentials series. And I'll see you soon for another video.